What is up, guys, and welcome to the Meeple Minded Podcast, the podcast where we talk all things tabletop gaming. My name is Jason.
And I'm Ant.
How are you doing this week, sir?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm surprisingly awake.
Yes.
More awake than normal. And it might be because it's still light outside. And we're actually doing this during the day. Hence why James isn't here. We are gaming this evening, though, aren't we?
We are.
That's the main reason. We're going to shoehorn this recording in today.
We lost him to gain him.
We did, yes. Understandable, I think. I would rather game than come here and talk to you, obviously. But,
oh, wow.
Well, I don't come here. I'm here anyway.
You're here anyway.
But yes. So we're doing an interesting impromptu episode today because we had a plan.
We did.
And that plan changed literally 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, we're just sort of doing a...
Hopefully for the better, though.
Yeah. Trying to be a bit more positive. Probably isn't going to last. Because I love going negative for some weird reason. But there you go. So we're doing sort of like a top five today.
Kind of. So it's a 5, but it's not in order of a top 5. It's a pick of 5.
Which is an interesting one because it just happened to be a conversation we were having. And I was like, do you know what? Let's do that. Why not? Let's do it. So we're going to be doing that. That's going to be about our sort of 5 digital games that we would like to see a board game implementation, or ones that we might think would work as a board game implementation.
Yeah. Or ones that have already been out, but we would change it a certain way.
Exactly, yeah, because there are some.
Yes, definitely.
Which was another reason to talk about it, because there's quite a few that have been announced. You've got the Hitman game that's coming to crowdfunding. You've obviously had Cyberpunk. You've had the Resident Evil games.
Mortal Kombat,
Street Fighter. We've had so many digital games that have come over into the board game space. So I think there's more that could make that jump.
Absolutely.
Which is what we're going to talk about. But before we do that, let's talk about some games we have been playing.
Okay.
Start off with current stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you been playing much recently?
Well, I kind of went back to Cthulhu Death May Die.
I saw this.
Yes. I finally got the guys from Legend of the Podcast in to play it. Because they were like, oh, come on
One
over.
of your favourite games of all time.
It is my favourite game of all time, Jason. I mean, not the theme as much, but the game itself is fantastic. Yep. And finally got them into it. And after a teach and a play, they enjoyed it. They were like, let's play the next episode. And they were like, it's 11 o'clock at night, Ant. As much as we like to, we can't. So at least I've got them hooked and addicted to it. So that was what I played recently. And then we obviously had Steve over around yours last week, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We had a board game night last Wednesday.
Yes.
So exactly a week ago.
It was.
And we played quite a few games.
Yes. So you were playing Tacto when I got here.
We played Tacto when we got here. We also played Survive the Island.
Yes,
you introduced us to Survive the Island, so I'll talk about that.
Do it.
So, Survive the Island, really, really fun. This was a game that you'd mentioned on the previous episode.
Exactly.
My expectations were high.
Okay.
And I'm pleased to say it definitely hit the expectations that I was expecting it to be very, very enjoyable.
It's fun.
Definitely a lot of take that in that game. And I love it. Yeah. I loved it. So, take this tile. Oh, okay. So I can make you fall into the water and then move this shark to come and gobble you up. I'm sold on that. I'm definitely sold on that.
Or have Godzilla come over and break your raft.
Exactly. And that's one thing I really enjoyed, because with the rafts, you can have multiple players on it. And now there was a point in the game, which I think was my personal triumph, which was, I think me and James were in a raft.
Yeah.
And we got to the island and it was my turn. I used my actions to get my guys off the raft and then do some other stuff on the island. And then when I rolled the dice,
it just happened to be
and it's like, oh, it's Godzilla. Oh, he's going to hit that raft that James is still on, yet I'm off of. So I think James lost two of his men in that.
Yeah, in the process.
In the process, and it was so satisfying.
Yeah,
because it's like he'd used basically 2 of his turns to get the raft
over there.
And then I used my turn to get him off and then destroyed the raft with him still on.
It was so funny because he had bonus tiles to get that raft there even quicker, because in the game you've only got 3 minutes and he needed at least 5, which he did in the end.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Jason's gone, oh, it just happened to be on that creature. Boat destroyed, Meeple's destroyed. And yeah, it was just so much. Steve done the exact same thing to me. I literally had 3 of my guys on there and me and Steve sort of arranged like, don't hurt me, I won't hurt you, sort of thing. And then
so
what did he do?
You guys were on one side of the table, we were on the other.
And he screwed me from behind and literally took all three of my meeples out. But it's, again, for such a quick, fun, screw over other players game. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'm glad you guys liked it.
It was great. And I would definitely enjoy playing that again. Is it going to be one of my top 5 games? Probably not.
No. It wasn't a top 5. It was what I played last week. But the fact...
oh, that was it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it was... I think the downside to it is that we'd pretty much done everything by the time we were trying to trigger the end game thing, wasn't it? Which is to reveal 4 volcanoes. And by the time we were just trying to reveal the first one, we were all kind of on an island.
And in true me fashion, I was the one that ended the game by erupting the 4th volcano.
And there we go. But yeah.
So I think it ticks so many of the boxes for me because, there was player interaction where I was able to douche over other players. Big tick. I got to finish the game by blowing the island up through a volcano, so that's a big tick. There was monsters that could destroy other things and tick.
Sharks eating people in the water.
Eating people in the water. Using other people to progress yourself. Tick. There was just so many ticks on that game. Really, really enjoyed it. I think we should be playing that again very, very soon.
100%. Yeah, I'd like to give it another go.
Survive the Island, really, really good game.
Yeah, mate.
I guess before we move on, I did want to talk about one more game that we played on that night, which was Roth. Now, I guess we should say up front.
Yep.
We played it wrong.
We did.
We played some
my fault on that,
some stuff wrong.
One, by the way.
It was a learning game.
Yes.
So the first impressions are skewed a little bit.
I think we had the basics of it, but there was little things we were missing out on, like replenishing certain troops and knowing how certain scoring was working. But again, even though it's in front of you, there's a lot going on. You forget that it's happening. Yeah. So we're
going to be playing that a bit more. In fact, we're even going to play it again tonight.
Yes.
But very, very early, let's say, beta impressions.
Yeah, totally.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a good game in there. You were mentioning about certain things like it's just dudes on a map and stuff. Yeah, it pretty much is. And other games do it better. But I want to have a proper go at it to really have a first. I enjoyed what we did, but I sort of felt bad because I learned it very last minute. So long story short, we were like, what are we playing tonight? And I was like, oh, this arrived today. If I learn it quick enough, can we play it? Yeah. And then I did learn it, but like I said, I kept forgetting to mention certain things and you were doing your actions wrong and stuff. And then I was going, Jason, it doesn't work like that, which kind of taints the game.
When you've used 2 of your turns to sort of build up to that, it skewed the enjoyment.
And the experience of it. So, but the fact that by the time we finished it, we were like, I think we need to play this again. I think we would have a better experience next time. So fingers crossed we do. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. And, I won't say too much on it because, right now my impressions aren't that great.
Yeah, it's meh at the moment, isn't it?
At the moment, it is very meh. It feels like this is just dudes on a map. There's nothing special about it. There are other games that are far, far better.
Oh, yeah. It's very standard chip theory.
It's a beautiful looking game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Beautiful. All their games are.
Beautiful production, all that kind of stuff. But I think we need more plays of that because we need to know that we're playing it properly.
Yeah. And with different factions as well.
Exactly. I'm not going to insult a game when it potentially is us that's caused the issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we played it wrong. Yeah. So, Roth, we'll be playing that again tonight and a few more times over the next week or so. So, we'll probably do a proper first impressions of that at some point.
Yeah, hopefully.
And hopefully it'll be a bit more positive than what we've done now. So I told you I'd shoehorn some negativity in there.
Yeah, but we are always honest about our reviews. So
always. So that's some games we've been playing.
Yeah.
Before we go on to the main segment, I just wanted to talk to you about Cool Mini or Not.
Yes.
Now, this isn't huge thing that we can do a whole episode on. But there has been some developments because towards the end of last year, we were all saying there's no way that Cool Mini or Not are going to survive the year.
No.
They're going to die out. They're going to, all these Kickstarters are going to go unfulfilled. But there's been some developments.
Yes.
They've announced that they're now putting games back into production.
Yeah.
They're focusing on smaller games by the looks of it.
Yeah, for the moment, yeah.
But they're also going to be going down the crowdfunding route, which has a few people worried. Because obviously they've got unfulfilled campaigns, but you are one of those people that's got campaigns unfulfilled.
I have 3 from them at the moment that are unfulfilled.
So what have they been saying to you?
So they've been emailing me saying that they're aware of the situation, but they are literally, their factories are doing it one at a time. So they're not having the chance to do all at once. So for example, I'm Doom for Warfare Arrakis, I'm waiting for, that's on their priority first. And then it goes to the next one that's released, and then the one after that. So in all fairness, they have been updating me quite a bit. So I still have faith that they will be fulfilled by them. But again, it's just a waiting game because they are literally dealing with it one at a time.
Yeah.
As long as it still arrives, fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's positive, I guess.
Yeah.
It shows that they've made, I guess because they rejigged how they did business and stuff. They took a little bit of time away. It looks like it's worked. I'm not so sure how I feel about them coming back to put new games into production.
Yeah.
But there's obviously been a business decision somewhere where they figured out we can do this.
We can do it, yeah.
But, this is how we need to do it. So
I guess that's comforting in a way, yeah. They've lost some, IPs out of it and stuff. But to hear that a big company like that is still staying in business is a good thing. I mean, I know they're only doing like a couple of card games at the moment, which is keeping the ball rolling and stuff. But hopefully we can get another better update at some point to go, do you know what, guys? Yeah.
So I would say a combination of, card games much easier to produce.
Oh, totally, yeah.
So they'll be able to knock them out nice and quickly. They probably won't even need to use their normal factories for that.
No.
Couple that with the IPs that they've sold off, the game IPs that they've sold off, as well as obviously giving them the capital they need to move on. So, fingers crossed that we will continue to see CMON around. I don't know if they're at UKGE this year, but they might be.
It might be. I haven't actually checked that, to be honest.
No, I'm not sure yet. But that's a little bit of news on Cool Mini or Not, CMON games.
Yeah.
Let's talk about digital games on this board game podcast. So you're a big fan of digital games.
I
right?
do love video games.
I used to love me some digital games. I love my retro video games. Don't play so much of the new wave stuff. I'm still on an Xbox One, and even then I only had
but you are still aware of certain franchises still, though. You're not totally out of the blue with video games, are
exactly.
you? So.
And one of the games that I've been playing recently, because it was on, I think it's on Xbox Game Pass or whatever they call it,
Game Pass,
was Hitman.
Yes.
Now, as it turns out, there is now a Hitman board game coming, which I think is interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
It's a player game, yes.
Yeah.
So,
but obviously I think it was last year, we had the Lara Croft solo game,
which is because I was going to back that as well. I actually got to meet the designer because he done one of my favorite social deduction games, of They Live, and it was the same guy who did that. And I was chatting to him at the last expo, and then how he was explaining it, I was like, "Am I missing something? Like, is this solo?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah. How did you not know?" I was like, "I should have done because it's just Lara Croft, but I thought they would have done something."
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is strange because the game's beautifully produced.
Yes.
Like, absolutely stunning. But the solo thing really put me off.
Yeah. It did with me as well.
But yeah, so we're seeing a lot of digital games coming over into the cardboard castle that we have that is board games. Are there any games that maybe have come out that you wish had been a bit different, or maybe games that you would love to see a board game adaptation of?
Oh, loads.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. There's loads where I was hyped up for, and it just turned out to be just a card game, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could have done something else better with that, or other ones where I wasn't too happy with the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
Because again, that could have been done more truthful to the IP of the game, and you've gone. And I get why they've done it. Maybe it was cheaper to do this and that, but if you really want to get into the spirit of the game, this is how it should have been done. So there's a couple. I think there's one on my list that I would have changed completely.
So
it's already out now.
I mean, there's one that is already out that I was originally going to back, but the crazy cost to get the game really put me off, which was the Assassin's Creed. Is it Brotherhood of Venice? I think it's called.
Oh man, you used to own quite a few of
beautiful
stuff,
games,
didn't you?
and I absolutely love Assassin's Creed. It is one of the games that, until I stopped playing digital games, I had every Assassin's Creed day one I was the sad ass that would book a day off work to play it.
Did you have the Valhalla one, the dice game?
Yes, all of.
Did you have that?
I had that.
Man. I wish I had that. I was hooked on that version.
I've got to admit, I am tempted to get it again. The only reason, because we actually did a review of that. And the reason I got rid of it was because it was so overpriced and so badly produced.
Really?
Which was a shame, because the game is really good and it is identical to the one you get in Valhalla.
Yeah.
Which, ironically, I played Valhalla the other day.
I love that.
And I spent probably nearly 2 hours playing Orlog and only about an hour playing the actual game.
That's me playing Gwent in Witcher, mate. It's like, I should be slaying monsters, but now one more quick game of Gwent.
But there you go. So we've mentioned quite a few there.
Yeah, totally.
Gwent, Orlog. There's a few that we've seen that have come over. And I have some that I would like to see come into the board game sphere, whether it be because I think they'd be good or I would just like to play them.
Totally.
And I'm sure there's hundreds out there that people think would work.
Oh yeah,
would work. But please do bear in mind that we came up with this topic like 5 minutes ago.
Very last minute.
So we might revisit this at some point.
Yeah.
But
we'll get James on it as well, because he's a digital player as well.
100%.
So
yeah. It'll be like, Stellaris, it'll be all of that stuff that probably already exists.
Hey, like what you love, right?
Actually, I disagree with that, because he quite clearly states, no, that needs to stay as digital because it does it better.
Fair enough.
There you go. So yeah, should we go through our top 5 lists that aren't actually
in order.
Top 5 or in order?
Top 5 picks.
They're just 5 picks that we would love to see.
Not in order.
I'll let you go first, sir.
Oh Christ! Okay.
I'll let you go.
Let me just have a quick look about. Right. Okay.
You completed the list first, so therefore it's you.
Okay. My number. A pick from my 5 is, I'm going to go with Mario Kart.
Okay.
Now hear me out.
I'm with you on this one.
Hear me out, right? I would like to do it in a style of Magical Athlete.
Yep.
But also with the figurines of Hot Streak.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So literally, maybe the same sort of idea as Magical Athlete. Dice rolled. Certain people get hit by certain things and trigger certain things, whatnot. But I think as the characters are, I wouldn't think you would have a normal wooden meeple or standee for it, like acrylic. Yeah. I think they would look fantastic if it was a bit bigger, so you could have pieces like Hot Streak mascots on there of the Nintendo characters. Good God, could you imagine the Kickstarter for that? Because people would want to collect just the minis themselves and stuff.
Oh, 100%. There'd be money.
Yes. I believe there's a GameFound game out at the moment called Slay's Here. It's a dungeon crawler, but it's a choice between acrylics or these beautiful painted massive miniature figures, like very much luxury. And people have backed that just to get those miniatures.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they did that with Mario Kart? And the expansions you would have for that as well, like Rainbow Island, and then all the other Daisy, Wario, Waluigi, and all that stuff.
that would become an evergreen game, wouldn't it?
Absolutely,
100%.
Absolutely. And I think with the big buzz of racing games we've had last year, I think Mario Kart would be a perfect game to come to the table.
Yeah,
you'd have the style of Magical Athlete, but I think you would have the competitive part of it of Heat, maybe.
Yeah. See, it's interesting you bring up that one. I say I'm with you on this one, because we used to replace the cars in Downforce with Mario Kart.
No way!
The Matchbox ones.
Nice, okay.
So you didn't have any of the fantastical stuff of, throwing bananas and all that kind of stuff, but there are fan-made rules to do that.
Nice.
Out there for Downforce. So it was like, we always said at the time, I was like, do you know what? Mario Kart needs a board game.
Absolutely. And I'm very surprised it's not been done. Obviously, it must be a licensed thing, but hey.
Yeah, Nintendo do tend to be quite strict with their licenses. Obviously, even in the theme park space, it's has to be, everything has to be done in Tokyo first.
Yes.
And then it can be rolled out worldwide.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, you pay through the nose and only certain people can do it. But I would love nothing more than to see that. And the same goes for like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I know you're not a big Pokemon fan, but a Pokemon board game that isn't Pokemon Master Trainer from, 20 plus years ago.
But if you've got minis, the stars of those RoboQuest Arena type things, how chunky and big they are, dude, that would sell like hotcakes.
Proper Pokemon.
Yeah.
that would be mainstream.
Yeah.
Right.
And you heard it here first at Meeple Minded.
That would be straight into the mainstream. Every toy shop would want it. I reckon that would be released at the right time. That would be the Christmas hotness across the board.
Across the board. And again, expansions galore. You got to catch them all, right?
Exactly. So yeah, you've got Mario Kart, Pokemon. Basically, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think you could transition that over to basically any of those IPs from Nintendo. And it would sell like hotcakes. Nintendo has nostalgia and it has the current breed of
the hotness
as
of
well.
Everything, yeah.
You know, they are a fantastic company. They have some amazing IPs under their name. So
I was going to have 2 Nintendo titles in there, but I'm just going to stick with the one for now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so I will come in with my number 5, or, you know, my first one. And I'll come in with this one first because I don't have a full idea of what I would like to see of it.
Okay.
Mainly because, again, I think some games already exist that you could probably just rethink.
Right.
So I'm going to come in with Grand Theft Auto.
Nice.
Now, GTA. Why do I think GTA? 1, because I've been replaying number 5 recently. Obviously, GTA 6 is coming out, so there's a lot of buzz about GTA at the minute. And I just think it would work. There's just so many intricacies to GTA.
Yeah.
You know, so many different paths. Or you could say so many different paths to victory. You know, what's the end game? I don't know. Money, maybe.
Sure.
Pretty standard stuff.
How the board would have to be quite...
The board would have to be fairly big, I guess. But, you know, you could go, okay, I've decided to take my character down the crime path of, you know, bank robbing and stuff like that. High risk, but high reward. This guy is going to steal cars and sell them. You know, less
money
less
other
risk,
players and
less
stuff.
reward.
Yeah.
You know, you could have someone who wants to go for it legally, steals or gets a job at a bus company and just drives around on a bus.
Yeah.
The entire time around the city. You know, we say the map would need to be quite big. I think it would need to be fairly big, but I don't think it would have to be huge.
No, but you could have expansions that could add to it or something.
100%.
Maybe, yeah.
But you know, I think of games like the Lacerda games, the super heavy games.
Sure.
Like
the Speakeasy, the recent one.
Speakeasy, yeah. You've got the one that I used to have, Escape Plan. That's
I was going to say, could you like do it in that sort of style?
That was one that immediately got in my head. I was like, yeah, Escape Plan. That's kind of GTA.
Yeah,
but I think that if you were doing GTA, it would need to be a bit more options rather than you are bank robbers and you've got to escape the city. But GTA elements style of that, 100%, you could stick in there, and I think GTA would work.
100%. And again, it's another massive one that you slap GTA on it, people will buy it.
100%. 100%. And you could go into a game store, you know, and they could have it displayed next to GTA 6.
Yeah.
You know,
but you have to be 18 to look at it.
Oh, you have to be 18 to look at it. But yeah, I just, it's my most unfleshed out plan. But even just talking about it then, I was like, gee, do you know what? That would work. What mechanisms could you use? Well, there could be lots of different ones. Maybe every different path to victory is a different mechanism, mini game within the game.
Would you go down the route of like GTA 5 era, or are you going back to like San Andreas or Vice City or something?
It's hard because San Andreas is hands down my favourite.
Is it?
It is my favourite, closely followed by Vice City. But GTA 5 was pretty good. But I would say at this point, the logic is they need to be doing it alongside GTA 6.
Yes.
So whatever comes with GTA 6, we get a board game adaptation
version of that.
You know, I'd love it if it was already in development and we just didn't know.
We didn't know about it, yeah.
But
you'd be aware of that anyway.
We genuinely don't. We don't know that if it happens to come out alongside GTA 6, we don't know about it. But that would be cool. And do you know what? It would annoy me because I intend on buying GTA 6. If I've then got to buy a board game to go along with it, that's a lot of dollar. So
that's a lot of...
Especially as I'm probably going to upgrade my console in order to play the new
damage
GTA
to his
6.
wallet.
So the credit card might take a hit if that comes to fruition.
Absolutely.
But yeah, GTA, I think, would be an amazing board game. And I think
totally agree.
This will probably be the heaviest board game that I would have going on my list that I put together. So yeah, GTA, any era, give me a GTA board game.
Nice,
I think it'd be brilliant.
Very good pick.
What about you, sir? Have you got other games that you got for us?
So another pick I've gone with, I don't know if you remember it or if you ever played it or not, but there was a game that came out on the PlayStation called PlayStation All Stars.
I remember All Stars, yeah.
So PlayStation All Stars, if no one remembers it, is basically a PlayStation version of Nintendo's Smash Bros. So I was going to pick Smash Bros, but hear me out on the PlayStation All Stars side of it, okay? PlayStation All Stars was with every single licensed PlayStation character you could be, and they would fight one another. So Kratos versus Solid Snake, or Cloud from Final Fantasy goes against a Big Daddy from Bioshock or something, whatever. Now, picture this, the exact same game, unmatched style.
Okay.
So you could have any tool or throw any character in and just go at it. And you can, and again, all licensed PlayStation characters, individual boxes or buy them individually. Again, I think would be fantastic. I would love to see like a little Kratos mini goes against Eloy from Horizon Zero Dawn or something or whatever. Good God. Or Crash Bandicoot, bring him in, and he was a PlayStation guy at one point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so much possibility, and something that Restoration Games should bring to the table with Unmatched or something. We've already got Witcher by them, so that's one IP they do. So hopefully more video games will come to the Unmatched world. But All Stars or Smash Bros, I think would work as a Unmatched style board game, to be honest.
See, I think for me, like, I was always more of a Nintendo guy, so like,
so that would make
Smash
sense.
Bros, I'd be all over like a rash.
I couldn't have Smash Bros because I picked Mario Kart, but either. Well, I was going to pick Smash Bros, but in the style of Dice Throne, because they were going to do that at one point, weren't they? They were going to try and get the license for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Again, that would be cool. But anything Smash Bros or anything by All Star PlayStation. That.
Yeah. So I've always said I probably would never own something like Dice Throne, but if they went down the Nintendo route, cash me in.
Sign it up.
Cash me in. So yeah, Smash Bros was actually one of my considerations.
Yeah.
There's a reason I haven't, because I won't say why, because you'll figure out why later when I talk about it. But there's a reason I didn't go for it. But Smash Bros 100% would be on my list, and I really love the idea of doing the PlayStation thing as well. And again, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in game, and I'm seeing the little minifigures in a box.
That's it.
Not a blind box, because for the love of God, don't do that. But a little clear box with the character in it.
Got all
there's the Disney one,
everything.
Isn't there? There's the Disney one that has like the electronic thing.
There we go.
I mean, hell, they could even do that so that it was cross-compatible with a computer game.
Every single one.
It would be amazing.
Who doesn't want Parappa the Rapper versus Sherlock Holmes?
There you go. Exactly.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you know, you know, PlayStation fans.
There you go.
But yeah, All Stars.
Nice.
A good one.
Good choice. So, for my next one, I am going to go... Let's go a bit retro on this one.
Let's do it, because my next one's retro.
Let's go a bit retro. I've got a fair few retro ones, to be fair. But my next one is going to be Bomberman.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Now,
that would be great.
It would be awesome, would it not?
100%.
Now, I'm sort of thinking to myself, it's not going to be a big, long game.
No.
This is going to be a short, sharp filler type game that uses a grid-based, simultaneous movement, action mechanism, where, similar to sort of like, we played the Worms board game.
Yeah, which is a great game.
Where you could have something similar going on, where it's card-based movement, but then
Could you imagine the massive neoprene map for that? Oh my God, it'd be so good.
Yeah, and you could sort of also think about, we've already brought it up, the Robot Quest Arena.
Yes.
It's a similar style, grid-based movement.
Bomberman's so good. How did I not even think of that?
Bomberman. Yeah. That would be amazing.
So how would you design the map? Because some games put tile to tile, they create like a scenario.
Well, again, this is the thing. I think there's a lot of ability there. Like, you could do it so it's more Robot Quest Arena, where it's just a standard board, 4x4 arena, with some tiles to instigate some scenery or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you could go, if you wanted to really go for a modular system where you can have things going up and down and all sorts.
Because you'd have to, if you're not familiar with Bomberman, you obviously all against all, throwing bombs to take out the other opponent. But you use bombs to destroy walls to get to the other player.
Exactly.
So that's another thing you have to interpret.
You can drop bombs, run away, blow up stuff, and I just think there's so much flexibility with a game like that. Yet it should be so simple to devise. Because movement is pretty standard.
Yeah.
How you would replicate the free moving thing that you get in Bomberman, because obviously they move they move quite quickly.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going to sort of go on a board game, it's like they're going to have a set amount of movement. Otherwise, someone will just go, "Oh yeah, I've dropped a bomb here and I've ended up the other side of the board." That's not likely to happen. But drop a bomb and my card that I'm playing is drop a bomb, move up to 4 spaces.
Yeah.
If you hit a wall, you stop. If you go up a ramp, maybe that uses 2 movement instead of, because you're going uphill. Stuff like that.
I think it'll be very fast to start with, but I think it'll get very thinky towards the end because again, if someone throws a bomb and you're sort of cornered, you can't move that bomb. You're stuck there essentially. So do I spend my last movement to go there, or will Jason throw a bomb in there last minute and blow me up? Again, like I say, start very quick because you've got to get to your opponents, but by the end, it's like you're going to have to think about your movement and stuff. Dude, this would be great.
Yeah, and do you know what? What made me think about this is when I was stood over there behind where the camera is, I caught a glimpse of Worms.
Oh, no,
I was like, the carnage of Worms, Bomberman.
Yeah, because if Worms wasn't done, that was going to be on my list.
100%. So. Yeah, 100%. So, Bomberman was an instant one. As soon as I saw Worms out the corner of my eyes, I was like, yes.
How has no one done that yet? And again, you could have the pieces like RoboQuest as well.
They don't need to be big.
Iconic. No.
Yeah. And that's the thing with Bomberman. It's like you have one miniature per player.
Yeah. That's it.
If you want to go up for the deluxe version, you've got 3D bombs. You get those little squishy, squishy things.
Yeah. Like Steam Up when they had the squishy food things.
Yeah.
And you get like the 3D printed flames.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh my god, dude, I'd back that in an instant. That'd be so good. And if you could like combine another person's copy, and then you can have more players.
Super Bomberman.
Yeah, there we go, dude. Honestly,
let's
put the idea forward. Kickstart that shit. Come on, let's do it.
But yeah, there you go. That's my next one, Bomberman.
Good choice. Very good
Bomberman.
Choice. So from one retro to another retro, my next pick is going to be a Mega Drive / Genesis, depending where you're from, game called Golden Axe.
Yes!
So Golden Axe is an epic game, right? It's basically Streets of Rage. If no one knows what Streets of Rage is, it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but it's a medieval style with dwarves, with barbarians and wizards and all that sort of stuff. And you use potions to take out skeletons and orcs, and you can ride animals to go on certain things. Now, I would like to do this in the style of 2 board games. One being Hero Quest.
Okay, that could work.
Using the dice mechanics to do attacks and spells because you have to use your potions to do certain things. But also the horrendous, the horde mechanic of a zombie side game.
Yes.
So...
because obviously in Golden Axe, the actual digital is constant people coming at you. Yeah,
and you've got certain bosses which could be the abominations from the zombie side games and stuff, and you can have obviously different scenarios because again, it's a game where you're constantly choosing different paths in the game to get to the be all end all. Is it Death Adder? It's not Black Adder because that's a TV show. It's Death Adder, but good God, there is so much potential between the minis, the stories, the components you can have, the different villains you can have in the games and stuff, the little dragons you can get on to attack other things.
Yeah.
And again, there is so much potential there. How this hasn't become a board game of such, or at least an idea for one, whether it's a card game or anything. But my personal opinion would be like to do it at the style of Hero Quest and Zombie Side. I think there would be so much potential there. And again, for people that roll nostalgia bait and stuff like that, and maybe be the start to other games like bringing Streets of Rage to the table or other stuff like that. And Golden Axe's potential because it's fantasy based with the Hero Quest side, of course, and then you've got the madness of all the minis, zombie side style. Do it, bring it. Yeah. Golden Axe should be a board game.
Yeah, see, I'm sort of obviously you're talking about your ideas there, and I've sort of got other ideas in my mind.
See?
The side scrolling side of it, how do you replicate that? Well, I mean, my thing will be a bit more of a solo thing, but you have a long track, but you have to get to the end of the track
to produce the next track.
But your wave is just constantly coming. You've got to weigh up your strategy of attacking the things that are coming at you and movement. You can't do both.
Yeah, because like River Valley.
Yeah.
When you potentially take the glass and you keep moving and moving, maybe have that as like that's the side-scrolling mechanic to it, maybe. Or Thunder Road Vendetta, when you get to the end of the track before everyone else does, that part goes, and then you put the next bit on. There's potential, mate. Honestly, you could do it so well. Honestly,
100%. That's a really good shout. Really good shout. Great theme as well. Absolutely amazing.
Not as much detail as Super Bomberman, but hey, I think that would be quite good. And honestly,
no, that's a good shout, mate. I'm there for you on that one. Golden Axe was an amazing game.
100%.
Which one though? First one, second one?
Well, again, you can do the first one, and then if it got better, you can do 2, 3, or do expansions for it.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
It's a possibility.
Great choice. So my next one is going to be one that I've already mentioned to you when we were talking about this as a potential idea, and you know what? I'm going to go for it, and that is Paperboy.
Nice. So we are sticking with retro. Nice.
We are sticking with retro. Sega. From what I remember.
It was all platforms, but it was,
wasn't it? Yeah. I had it on the Mega Drive. Paperboy. For those that don't know it, you were playing as a paperboy, shockingly, and you were riding down a street. You had to throw the papers at people's doors. You got full points if you hit the door, slightly less if you hit their wall when it hit the porch and stuff. But you could also smash people's windows by accident. You could
knock people over.
You had erroneous kids that would come out and try and kick you off your bike. You had cars to try and avoid. You had to cross roads. Now, I just think that would be so much fun as a board game. Now, that's going to be a very solitaire game.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to be a solo solitaire game. Or, if you want to make it a multiplayer, everyone is their own Paperboy. But your opponents are maybe rival Paperboys, and you're then joshing and fighting for the business on a town map. So, if you were going to go down that route, my mindset would be it's going to be worker placement, because you're going to need to make sure that you've got the papers to serve your customers that they want. You're going to need to ensure that your bike is souped up so that you can deliver the papers in a timely manner. But also, you would need to put in my opinion, a route building mechanism so that you follow a route. Around the map, and every time you get a new customer, you need to rejig your route to optimize it, because you need to arrive at those customers before your fellow players. Because if they get there first, they make the delivery, and you lose that sale.
I reckon you should get to when you get to a house or something, if you have to roll a dice, you need to get a certain number or something.
Exactly.
And if you don't, it will smash a window instead, or whatever.
It depends how in depth we want to go. Maybe that's part of the worker mechanics. You've got to adjust your stats, so your accuracy when you throw the paper.
Yes, like in Worms, when you have the wind mechanic into it. Yes.
So there's lots of ways you could put in a bit of player agency. You could have a really basic version, a medium version, and a heavy version, and every level brings in new mechanisms for you to play.
Such a great idea.
So I think Paperboy would be an amazing
most definitely. Do you know what? I would like it to see it in the style of, I think Simon owned it. It was a skating game, Summer Wild, or whatever it was. Do you remember?
Skate Summer?
Wild? Skate Summer, that's it.
Yeah.
Remember the art style of that?
Yeah.
Obviously not with the graffiti stuff, but the actual style of the character. Oh, that would look
brilliant.
That would pop on the board.
And that style is very much in it to me, because you've obviously got Last Night of Summer that's coming out?
Yes, soon? It is. Yes. The 80s style one, isn't it? Yeah.
And that's what Paperboy is. It's a very 80s. Well, I mean, it came out in the 80s, totally. So it's an 80s style.
It makes sense.
I think it will work perfectly.
100%.
So that's my next one's Paperboy.
Right. My next pick, I was going to go with a Dreamcast game, but not many people play Dreamcast and they're not going to know the game very well. So I'm not going to put it into it.
Okay.
I'm going to put something more knowable in it. And I believe it had a game out for it. But anyway, let's go for it. My next one is going to be Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, I believe there was something around for that, wasn't there?
There was a lot of hype out for it, and it just turned out to be a crappy, crummy card game. Wasn't very great, whatever. Now, the only thing that we haven't quite mentioned on this list so far is a legacy/campaign game. Now, if anyone's familiar with the Final Fantasy series, it's literally about a quest going on and just, making sure you get there. If you've done Final Fantasy VII as a legacy campaign game, I think that would sell like hotcakes. I think with your miniatures, and you could do the things with the standard book style that comes out. Do you remember? I can't remember the game that does it now. Forgotten Waters and I can't remember the other name but now. Kind of like that sort of style, and you get to place your minis on that map, and that's the next part of it. But obviously, as you go along, you unbox more companions like you do in the game and stuff as well, and go against certain bosses and stuff. And if that game had the potential to be big, as the game is, it's a fantastic game. But then after that, you could stick with other ones, like you could release Final Fantasy VIII afterwards, and it could be very much like the box sets of Pandemic Legacy. They're like seasons 1, 2, 3, season 0 and stuff. You could do that with Final Fantasy, and I believe there are more than enough fans out there that would love to see that come to the table. Not in a crummy card game, like an actual minis campaign, build your own story, build your characters, build your mana up and everything. Good God, would that be fantastic? I know you're not as much familiar for it as such, but I think it's one of those potential ones that could be, I would personally would love to see it.
Myself. So I actually do agree with you. Just again, Final Fantasy is huge. I was never a Final Fantasy fan. However, I was the Disney adaptation of Final Fantasy.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes,
I'm a massive Kingdom Hearts fan.
Okay, there we go. But that'd be a good one as well.
So yeah, I mean, if they wanted to go down an IP route, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, there we go.
But I would say Final Fantasy is actually going to sell better.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts would be good though.
But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to slowly transition into my one, because mine is also going to be a campaign style game.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We're going retro again, but we're going one of my favourite games of all time with this one, which is The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay, nice.
I think that would work.
Nintendo
again, that would work. Absolutely amazing.
Which one though?
See, the best game of all time is Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
It just is.
And Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
See, I haven't played Breath of the Wild.
Dude, you'd love it.
I haven't played it. I'm desperate to play it.
But Ocarina's fantastic.
But yeah, Ocarina of Time was my favourite. That was it. Majora's Mask was the one after.
Yeah, Majora's Mask
wasn't great, but I think you could definitely incorporate that as an expansion to a campaign.
Yes, totally.
And I don't like legacy games.
No, me neither. So,
but if you could do a campaign game that released like the legacy games that you were referring to, season 1, season 2. If they did that as a campaign, just release them as a story arc of this campaign, that would work amazingly for me. And again, Legends of Zelda, because it sells buckets.
Yes.
When it comes out, whenever there's a new Legends of Zelda, it is, I need to play that, which means I need to buy a console in which to play it, because you can only get it on the Nintendo systems. And I was the same. Like, I was out of the digital sphere when they announced Breath of the Wild, and I was so close to buying a Switch just to play that game.
You should do, dude.
And that tells me how big that game is, and how much we need a digital a board game adaptation of Legends of Zelda. Now, I haven't fleshed this one out a super amount, but I picture it as a campaign game, which isn't really my flavour, but it would work.
It would work because it's too big for just a standard game.
Exactly.
I mean, I know GTA would be, but this is like, you could go all out.
Yeah, 100%. You could also do it as like a dungeon crawler if you really wanted to, modular dungeons.
Have the blend of both.
Bit of blending of both, so a bit more Gloomhaven type thing.
Massive box.
Yeah, massive box.
Oh god, that would sell. Yeah, if you have like the treasure chest, the standard Zelda treasure chest as the box. Oh,
how much? Chef's kiss to that one, I would say. But again, I'm picturing these things in a game shop.
Yeah.
Alongside, amongst all those digital games, introducing the digital gamers into the board game sphere and going, look, you've got this awesomeness. We've got this.
Now experience it,
You've played that. It was amazing. I'm with you on that one, but you need to try this now.
Yes, 100%.
And get more people crossing those lines between digital and board game, because there is so much crossover that is being missed, in my opinion. And that is another one that I think, if it was announced tomorrow on GameFound that Legend of Zelda has got a new GameFound campaign, my wallet would start to scream.
It would be funded in 20 seconds.
100%. 100%.
100, yeah.
Again, what company do I think would do that well? I'm not really sure. Pains me to say it, but someone like Awakened Realms, they do pretty good production on these
Especially
things.
in miniatures as well.
There's a lot of companies out there now that are specializing in transitioning these digital adaptations over. So one of those would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Would I want a small company taking it on? No. This is a big scale project. Some of the other ones I've mentioned, Paperboy, you could probably knock that out with a much smaller budget. That would be fine for a smaller company, but this is a big production game, much like the GTA. This needs money investment into it. Legend of Zelda. There you go.
2 legacies in one there. Good picks.
There you go.
So my final pick then is going to be one of my favorite games of all time.
Okay.
Or video games of all time. Is probably my favorite game of all time. It already has a game released of it. So I'm going to change it up as the style of how I want to play. So my last pick is going to be Gears of War, which is a out-of-print board game at the moment. Pretty much it's been for a while and only based on the first game. So my version would be obviously Gears of War, but it's going to be centered around the first 3 in the trilogy. I would like it to be done in the style, because it pretty much is that style when you play the game of Project Elite.
Yep.
If no one is familiar with Gears of War, they were the first game to come up with what is known in the video game world as Horde mode. Horde mode, if you don't know what it is wave after wave of enemies constantly doing that whilst you're trying to get to a certain goal, i.e. building something or just pretty much survive. In Project Elite, you kind of do that as well, but you kind of control the aliens as well as your soldiers, but your soldiers are out there to destroy nests or come back with extractions of something. I believe Gears of War is perfect for that sort of style. CMON, for crying out loud, buy the license and just reprint Project Elite with Gears of War, with all the characters from Marcus to Dom to Cole and Carmine and whatnot. You could do so much of it. And again, minis doesn't have to be the Locust. You've got the Lambert as well. Then you've got the Swarm that's in the series after that. Expansions galore with, having the silverback robots and everything. Oh my God, there is so much potential. I would be there day one. If anyone's doing it, funding it in 20 seconds, I'm one of those people doing it. I love Gears of War. I haven't played the outprint board game because, again, it's outprint or it's very expensive to buy right now. But if I could have Gears of War in a Project Elite version of it, day one, mate, I'm there. Or we're here playing it as soon as it freaking arrives.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But again, Project Elite, I love that you mentioned that game because I
miss that game.
I love that game. I regret selling it.
Same.
I genuinely do. So if I ever see a cheap enough copy of it, I'm probably gonna get on that.
100%.
But yeah, it's a really good shout. Was never my cup of tea, really, when it came to digital games. But again, I appreciate the passion behind it.
Yeah.
Looking at different themes, you've got obviously Metal Gear. You've got the likes of Call of Duty. Could even be adapted for that as well. And I don't think it's out without the realm of possibility when you had Sniper Elite.
That's true. Yes, of course. Yes.
A little bit of change to that, and you've kind of got what you need.
Yeah.
So I do think it's a possibility. It's an interesting reason why we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine the license for that has got to be fairly cheap, because I don't think they really put them out anymore.
Nice is it.
So it's not like it's a relevant license that they can go, oh yeah, well, we're releasing a brand new game, GTA 6 style. We want 400 zillion pounds for every board game you sell.
This is it.
So I think they can make that work.
Yeah.
And again, I agree with you. I don't think that's going to go as gangbusters as some of the other things we've mentioned.
No.
But it would still go gangbusters.
Yeah. But the thing is that, like you said, even Project Elite is a out-of-print game now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it has a fan base. It has potential to reprint it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Project Sleep. Reprint it as Gears of War.
I mean, hell, Asmodee got Zombicide now. Asmodee, the king of IPs, that you could readapt Zombicide for it. Yeah. They've done it with Marvel. They've done it with DC.
There we go. I'll take a Zombicide Gears of War. I'll take Zombicide anything. So,
but yeah,
it's got just oh my god. If you like Gears of War, comment below. Agree with me, please.
Yeah, do it. Good shout. Good shout.
And your final one.
Right. So my final one. This is the one I was referring to a little bit earlier. Why I said I didn't want to talk about Super Smash Bros. So you could put Super Smash Bros in here, in its replacement, but I'm going to go with things like Streets of Rage, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, but this one I would like to see in an unmatched style game.
Oh, no way!
Because I think they would work perfectly.
So all of those in unmatched?
Pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, pick any one of those fighting style games.
Right, gotcha.
And I would like to see them either brought into unmatched or released as a similar type game where you've got a physical representation plus you're playing simple style of playing cards. Maybe change it up a little bit so that instead of having a board with you've got to move around on the board, maybe have it, if you're going to do a Streets of Rage one, maybe have a side scrolling mechanism as I was talking about earlier, a longish board where you've got to stand for the wave of stuff.
There is so much potential with, like you said, with unmatched being mix and match.
Yeah.
It's like I can finally have Ryu and Ken versus Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Exactly. And I know because there will be people out there like there is a Street Fighter game that's already come out.
Yeah, but not unmatched though.
Or I think was there a Mortal Kombat one, or was that the one?
There's one at the moment.
That's the one builder. Yeah. So there's the one that came out with all the, gorgeous figures.
Yeah,
gorgeous
Tekken
figures.
They
were really good. But the game just didn't look that good. No. Whereas I think Unmatched is perfect for that. Do I want it to be in the Unmatched system? As someone who says I don't like licensed games being in that system, probably not. But would I complain if it came out and was basically the same, just away from Unmatched? I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with it.
No one wants Muhammad Ali versus Bruce Lee anymore. They want Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. They want Ken versus Ryu. And then he said Rhino then. Could you imagine from ECW? But yeah. Oh my God. So I'd back that 100%.
Yeah. So I do have, I guess, a couple of honourable mentions. One, because you just put one in my head. WWF Warzone. I would love to see, and I'll just say a wrestling game of some sort, a decent wrestling game, because yes, there are a lot of wrestling games out there. They're not that great.
Yeah.
You've got the TT Combat one, which is probably the one I would say is the best. With the figures and what have you. That's not too bad. It still doesn't capture that pro wrestling thing, and it definitely doesn't capture the awful pro wrestling video games.
How would you do that though? Would it be a card game? Would it be a miniatures game?
I think you'd have to have some form of miniatures because, again, all the card games just seem to be a bit pants.
I think if you bring custom wrestlers into it, it'd have to be a card game, because then you could have the transparent, like in 3,000 Scoundrels, and you could have them like all his arms are different, his legs are different, just pop the cards in, and that would be a pretty cool way of doing it. But no, it needs a miniature. It needs an actual ring.
You need something.
As a board as well.
100%. I keep thinking about rebuying the TT Combat wrestling game.
I've never played it
with the ring and stuff, but that's the main reason. It's like I've played it. Wasn't too bad. I painted all mine as WWF wrestlers.
You should rebuy it.
But then got rid of it because no one was interested in playing it.
I'm all for it.
Maybe I'll pick that up at Expo this year.
Yeah, do it, mate.
Especially as they're still supporting it and they're still pumping stuff out. So
I'm all for it, mate. I never even knew about it. Otherwise, I would have bought it by now.
Fair play. But so that's those. I think we've talked about a few other things in the past that we would like to see transitioned over. But off the top of my head, I think that's me done. So.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, cool. I think that's really interesting, and I'm amazed we've managed to get nearly an hour out of this and not clash, really. And for a 5 minute...
Well, we got off within 2 minutes.
2 to 5 minute plan, I think we've done all right.
It can be done, guys.
But there's some real stonkers in there that I think,
dude,
would be
that Super Bomberman one. I'm telling you, you need to go speak to a manufacturer of some sort. That it would be on the top of my list, 100%.
Fair play.
That Gears War.
Fair play. I'm amazed you didn't think of that then.
But no, like the whole Battle of Hoth thing, combine the two boards together.
Yeah.
Super Bomberman! Oh. Comment below, let us know if you like that, or if you would back Jason's Bomberman game.
Yeah. Or let us know your ideas. What would you like to see as a digital version brought over into the board game sphere? We'd love to see some of your ideas, because there's bound to be some we haven't thought of.
Absolutely. Or if there's any ones out there that are already out and you'd like to see them done in a different play style.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know what games they are, how you would do it, and what you'd love to see from that game. Of course, knowing that money is a thing, you know, we would all love everything to be magnetic and moving and all that kind of jazz. It's not going to happen because we don't all want to spend £600 on a game. But if we could, if
unless you're
reasonably create a good game, what would it be? But yeah, I think that's about us done. We've done nearly an hour somehow. I don't know how, but
we did.
But we did. We've got a few things to get done today before gaming this evening.
Exactly.
So I think we should say goodbye.
Let's say goodbye. But yeah, comment below. Let us know if you like what you listened to or watched. Comment, share, like, and above all else, subscribe.
That's right. Thank you very much for coming over today.
Thank you for having me over.
Thank you very much for watching or listening.
Thank you, James.
As always. And thank you, James.
Insert James.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. I have been Jason.
I've been Ant.
And you have been watching or listening to the Meeple Minded Podcast. Join us next time for more tabletop gaming goodness. Ta-ta and goodbye. Weird doing this during the day, isn't it? I'm awake. Woohoo! Ready?
Well, Jason, contain within the box.
Oh,
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know, without a doubt.
That depends on how devoted you are as a Meeple Minded fan to know that reference.